Hi, I'm Hannah. Welcome back to my channel, Mostly Paper Crafts. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how I set up my bullet journal for 2022, in case it gives you any ideas or helps you set up yours for this year. This is the basic journal that I'm starting with. I bought it from Amazon. The brand is Art Fan, and I think it was $8. This one has a black cover, and it has two bookmarks, a white and a black. And I'll show you briefly on last year's. So I did do some gold foiling on the front. I don't love my handwriting, so I don't know if I'll do this again, but I may decide at some point to add some gold foiling to the front, which is really easy to do with something like this. Now, opening it up, inside we have my word of the year. I always try to spend some time thinking about where I want my focus for the year to be, and I always come up with a word that sort of embodies that focus. And for this year, my word is launch. I have all of these things that I've been working on and preparing for, and 2022 is the year that things are going to happen, including my wedding to Jared, among a bunch of other stuff, which I'm sure you'll hear me talk about throughout the year. But I have the 2022. These are die cut letters with some glitter stickles on top. A couple of little quotes here, and you're going to see that I'm using a lot of washi tape in my setup for this year's book. I really like the idea of having a set color scheme for the entire book, and I based it off of this sticker pack. This is from Me and My Big Ideas. It's the jungle vibes, and you're going to see a bunch of tropical colors in here. Now, I have used a lot of these up in the pages of my book, but this is the color palette that I decided to go with. I did also use stickers from this pack, Happy Goals, same brand. These are bright colors too, and it wasn't too hard for me to pull them together. Now, once I decided on my color palette, I went through all of my washi tape and I pulled out about 8 that seemed to go well with these colors and with the stickers from the other book. There are many videos online about setting up bullet journals and the systems that people use and the purposes behind them and different kinds of layouts and things. But I've been using a bullet type journal for a few years now, and I have my own system. So this video is not going to be about how to set up a bullet journal and the purpose behind everything, but rather just how I have chosen to do it. So I actually started by deciding what I wanted to put in my book based on things that I've done in the past and things that I wanted to do for this year in particular. And I chose all of my subjects and I dedicated pages to them. Now, normally when you would do a bullet journal, you would start at the beginning and you would just fill these in as you go. But what I wanted to do was set up all my pages right at the very get-go, since I knew what I wanted to put in here anyway, and then just work that way. Now, there are a lot of pages in this journal. What I really like about it is that the pages are pre-numbered. So you'll see that the pages of the book have the dot grid, which I really like because it makes it easy to line things up, and it's not lined pages, which I don't really need when I'm working on a journal like this. So for my table of contents, I've only numbered through page 50 with things I knew I wanted, so there is plenty of space for things as they come up. This bullet journal has 124 pages. If you've heard me talk in my other videos, you know that I do not love my handwriting. So you are going to see my handwriting here in the table of contents, but you're not really going to see any more of my handwriting through this book at this time. So this is just the setup of my book. If you are interested in seeing the types of things that I actually write and fill in, please let me know in the comments. If enough people are interested in that part of it, and then surely I could make a second video. But this video is just going to show you blank pages. So I start with my top 10 goals for the new year. I did some die cut numbers here using some Sizzix dies and some patterned paper. Everything else that's here is stickers or washi tape. I added in a little bit of doodling here, but I did not do that on any of the other pages yet. For the next couple of pages, this is my year at a glance, and so I've got January through December, again just using some stickers and some washi tape. I put lines using a ruler. The reason that I like these pages is so that if there are big events coming up in the year, and there certainly are big events coming up this year for me in my life, I can have those jotted down at the very beginning, and it's a quick glance at all the stuff that's coming up throughout the year. I also have a page for long-term goals. You can see here that I'm using a mix of different stickers and washi tapes. This is for books that I've read, movies that I've watched, TV shows I've watched, and a page for restaurants that I've ate at. I think that it's really interesting to be able to look back at that kind of stuff. Where did we eat that year? Or what did we watch? What did we read? The next couple of pages are going to be dedicated to my wedding planning. So here are some ideas, or space for the ideas, and then a couple pages for my to-do list for the wedding. I love leaving a place to add inspirational quotes, hikes that I want to do, and hikes that I've completed. I used to hike a lot. I have not hiked a lot lately, so I knew that was important to include here. A place for healthy habits, and a place for me to write down things that I find relaxing. I think it's nice to have a list of those, so when I'm feeling stressed and I need to just spend some time calming down whenever I have a list of strategies, I find that really helpful. I put a couple of pages here for tracking of healthy habits, and I'll add in some little graphs or pie charts. I haven't decided exactly which habits I'm going to track yet, or how I want to set that up, but we'll start here, and if I fill these up, then I will thread 2 pages in the back of the book. I created a page for things that make me happy, and a page for things that I appreciate about Jared, my fiance. This is a page that I'm going to use for my health plan for the year. I always take time to decide what my health goals are going to be and what that's going to look like. I created a page here for meal ideas, things that I know I like to eat that are easy to make and are healthful. And I just think it's nice to have a list, because sometimes when I'm meal planning, I'm not hungry and I can't think of anything that I would want to eat. So I'll have a list of those meals here for easy access. And you might be noticing, for me, the bullet journal is really a place for me to write lists, and I use it as kind of an external hard drive for my brain. So I'll write lists and things that I don't want to have to consciously put effort into remembering into the book, and then when I need to access, I can. And not that they're not in my brain anymore, but there's something powerful about writing it down and not just trying to remember and juggle it all at once. This is a page for me to put down lessons that I've learned this year, and a page for accomplishments. I've created a page of bucket lists for the year, things that I want to do while I'm living here in Arizona, and a page of to-dos for around the house projects that need to be done. I left a couple pages for ideas for my YouTube channel, a page for gift ideas and for card ideas. I just love the way that these washi's went with the stickers from that book. And you're going to see also there's a bunch of my titles that are using these black glitter stickers. Those have been in my stash probably at least 5 years, and I have a ton of them, and I just really like this font, and I thought the black glitter worked really well with the animal print. We're considering moving, so I created a pros and cons list page for pros and cons of moving, which is a big decision that we'll need to make this year. A page for trying new things. A page for craft project ideas. And this is a place where I can track my goals and write down specific action steps that I need to reach them. So this spread here really goes with the top 10, which is how the book started. I think it's important to think about your major goals, but you can't just have goals. You need a plan for them. And so those plans will go here on this 2-page spread. This is a page that I like to keep where I can put recommendations for books and shows and movies. I always have friends that are saying, oh, you would love this thing. And I like to have a place to keep track of all of that. And the word recommendations was really long. It's 15 letters. So I just went with tips. I didn't think I could fit that many stickers across. A list for big purchases, things that I need to save to buy. This is a page for healthy habits. And I usually create a vision board each year, but I think for this year, instead of having a vision board, I'm going to keep this spread permanently bookmarked. And each morning as I'm getting ready for the day, I'm going to read some of these things, some of these reminders to help me get into the right mindset for the day. I am going to fill in my top priority here when I think about exactly how I want to phrase that, and a couple of other things that'll be in my own handwriting here. But rather than having a vision board, I have this page of reminders to put me into the right mindset. And then this page is going to be to help me get into the reflection and gratitude mindset at the end of the day. I will be keeping a gratitude journal this year. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep it in the bullet journal or if I'll keep it in my scrapbook, but I do want to make it a habit again of actually writing down the things that I am appreciative of at the end of the day. So this spread will be my morning and evening reminders. This will be places I want to and have traveled throughout the year. And a list of treats for myself, things that I really want that I probably should have myself work toward and not just be treating myself every day, but basically just some rewards. Mostly not food rewards, but I haven't decided exactly what I want those things to be yet. So I still have 74 other pages that I can use as needed throughout the year. I hope that you enjoyed taking a little peek at how I set this up. By deciding ahead of time what I wanted on my pages, I was able to go through and put my stickers and my washi and all of the decorative elements, which are fun but time consuming. But it was nice to be able to do those while I was off of work, because if I tried to do those throughout the year as I was just creating my lists and my reminders and things, it just wouldn't have happened. So this is how I like to set up my journal. If you have any ideas for me or questions for me, please put them in the comments below. If you would be interested in seeing what some of my lists and goals look like, let me know in the comments also, and I would consider making another video. Until next time, go make something beautiful.